Howdy, Possum Patty here. And yepers, the markers are still on the table. I left them there as some crumbs to start the next journaling sesh. And finally got some time to come in and sit down and relax and have a play. Why are retired people so busy? I don't know. But I finally came in and I'm going to have a little bit of a play here, some more with the markers. And I want to take that unicorn paper and make a page in my fairy journal for the unicorn for National Unicorn Day. And I'm going to use these, the garden ones, as backgrounds in my Emma Shabby Chic for some spring journaling. And I have so many other ideas. The more I journal, the more ideas I get. Yes, I don't know. Is that a curse? Well, come on along. Now, if you remember from yesterday's video, I am using these ultra washable Bic Kids markers as sort of like a watercolor marker. And what I'm doing right now is putting a little bit of a pink background in my garden here. And all I do is scribble a little marker and take my brush and move that color around right away. And just having a play, sort of a loose, abstract kind of garden background. Just for fun. And when this dries, I'm going to doodle on it. But I wanted to put more color before I started doodling. Uh-oh, somebody's knocking at my door already. I bet you that stinky winky woos. Why do cats insist on going halfway through a door and stopping? She always wants to stop halfway in and halfway out. You know what? I think I want to put some yellow. I love a pink and yellow sky. I didn't want to make it blue because I want blue flowers to stand out. So we'll just do pink and yellow in the background. Although I do have some yellow here. And here, and we'll put some over here. So I thought I would play with these first, and then, while they're drying, I want to get that unicorn paper into the fairy journal. And then I'll come back and do some doodling. Because I know I was talking about this, but I didn't demonstrate it because I just didn't get that far. The older I get, the slower I get. It takes me twice as long to get half as much done. So I think that means I'm working at 25%. 25%. Oh no. I guess that's why we're always busy. Because it just takes us so long to get everything done. I'm reaching for a paper towel because I got some puddles going here. Dry that a little bit. I was a little hesitant about doing this yesterday. I didn't know how it was going to come out, just experimenting. But I ripped this paper in half. I cut this one down to size to fit in my journal. So I figured I'd experiment with half of it and then I'll do the other half later. And there's my clock, but it's only the Oreo o'clock right now. Still kind of early. We got until the morning dove o'clock. Got until the morning dove o'clock. Yeah, if you missed when I started this play, I'll link that below. And what I was doing, I was putting the color on the aluminum foil like this. And then I was spraying it with the mister. Like that. And then I was printing it on the paper. Like that. See? Nice, huh? Nice, nice, nice. So that's what I was doing yesterday. Ooh, I kind of like that. Spiffing up some of these colors today. Just putting a little more on there. That water really dilutes it around. I can put some more green in here. Now I've got green over here, so we'll just add that. Just very loose, very fun. Just have a play. Just have a play. I know it looks like a bunch of scribbles, but then I'll be doodling on it. And I'm going to put some more green and brown. I want the bottom a little darker. Now this is watercolor paper, so it has a lot of texture. So it's not going to be really easy to doodle on it, but it'll be fine. If not, we'll try something else. Just to play. What do they say? It's just pigment and paper. Just pigment and paper. And in this case, very cheap pigment and paper. So you can have all the play you want to have. All the experimenting you want to do. All right, so we're going to let this dry. Yes, hello, Stinky. Hello, Stinky. Stinky's right down here next to me. Hello, Stinky. She puts her paw up. See, she comes up. And then she goes back down because she wants her back scratched. Stinky. Come on. There she is. Stinky time. All right, put this aside. And let me get the other journal. And this is my very magical mushroom fairy house. I love this. I put so much into making the cover of this journal. I've got the magic door with the key. I've got all these beautiful flowers. The shutters on the window are made from actual bark from a tree that have lichen on them. And through the window, you can see the little fairies living inside the fairy house. Underneath, we have a crochet doily and material. We got some appliques down here, little frogs. We got sequins and beads and slow stitching, machine stitching. I'll link this below. If you're a new Possum Peep, welcome, welcome, welcome. You might not have seen this before. I haven't had it out in a little while. And if you're an old Possum Peep, thank you very much for coming back. I appreciate your support, and I'm sure you've seen this one. And this has all my magical fairy pages in it. And I have things that folks have sent me. And this page was Janet Nash prompts. And I think this page was Janet Nash prompts. And I gave them all a fairy theme. Oh, and this is more Janet Nash prompts. Okay. And then, this was Janet Nash prompts. These are from last year. And this is when Angela Rose came to Soggy Bottom from across the ocean. And then on this page, we have some happy mail. And this is from Rhonda, the Junk Journal Diva. And we have little Possum Patty Fairy here. This is a picture of me when I was like 2. And I turned myself into a little fairy, a little skirt on, holding a little ladybug. And this one was, this one's from Lala Ladybug. She lives in Florida. And this was about her fairy. And her fairy's name was Lillian. And I gave her a ladybug page. I think it's Lillian Ladybird, right? And then this was from Amy in the Doki Doki Forest. She sent me ATC and a bunch of other things. This dragon. And then this is when my fairy Maggie Rose, there she is in the door, got her dragon. Her dragon's name is Biscuit. And I have some happy mail from Janet Nash to put in here. And this was a postcard that was sent to Angela Rose, the fairy. And this one Oh, this one I have some prompts on here that I have to do. So this is a prompt page, and this one is a postcard, a fairy postcard. So they have to go in there, but I'm going to take them out for now. And then I think that's almost it. Yes, that's almost it for this journal. But I can put things on these little pieces that I put in the middle. I put little envelopes and papers. Some of them I filled up with the prompts, and like this. On this one I decoupaged a napkin with a bird on it, and I put a ribbon with fish on this one because this one was under the ocean. So I have a little bit more play to do in this, and then this one's going to be finished up. Yeah, not that much more to go. Okay, we want to put the unicorn in the fairy journal, of course. No, I am not going to start a unicorn journal. Well, not today anyway. We're going to fill this one up before we start another one. Okay, I made the dragon popping out over the top, and usually I trace the paper so I can cut it. What I'm gonna have to do, so each page is a little bit different size. I made this out of a folder. Yeah, this was some kind of advertisement, and I did put gesso on the pages, and I sewed it together with pieces of material from the Dollar Tree. Okay, we're gonna kind of go around the dragon a little bit there. Right, you gotta bring it out to the edge. Okay, right to the very edge. This'll just fit. All right, so I'm gonna glue this down to this page here. And think about, I haven't thought about this yet. Think about what I want to put on the page with the picture of the unicorn. I'm not sure yet what I want to do. So I'm staring at the picture of the unicorn and thinking, what goes with the unicorns? Magical forest, maybe? Enchanted castles? Maidens? Oh, maidens, that's a good idea. Fairies. And then I'm thinking rainbows. And then I remembered this paper that I got at the Dollar Tree, which is like a rainbow, pastel rainbow, sparkly page. And I was thinking, well, if I cut a strip here, and I could put, see, there's not a lot of color there. I could put a strip of this rainbow, sparkly unicorn paper on this painty unicorn paper, and this picture of my unicorn, and I'll do a little journaling, and then maybe I can die cut, I don't know, some stars or something, and put some stars around the page. Do I want to do flowers or stars? All right, I'm going to cut this down and think what I'm going to put over here. It's always a challenge to do a shape journal. Because, you know, like, well, what can I put over here? What am I going to put down here? It's not just like a square page or a rectangle page. I took the paper over to the die cutting machine and was looking for like an edging kind of die. I was going to cut a fancy edge, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to rip it. And I ripped a strip. Now, I was careful that I ripped it so I would get the rainbow effect. If I had ripped it this way, I would have got like one or two colors maybe at the most. But going this way, I get the stripes, all the colors in that way. So yes, I just ripped a strip. And I'm going to glue that in here. I don't know, somewhere around there like that, I guess. And I have my picture. And I need space to do journaling. Maybe I'll put a background on this picture too. What's on the table? What's on the table? Ooh, sparkly bits are on the table from when I was journaling. No, I haven't cleaned the table off. Oh, yes, yes. And look at how that pops and goes nice with that green. You have to have sparkle with your unicorn for sure. So I'll put that on there. And then I was moving something off the table and I put it away in the sticker drawer. And at the top of the sticker drawer was these Dollar Tree stickers. And I'm like, ooh, a rainbow in the word believe. Or I could do dream. Believe is my word for the year, so I think I'm going to use the believe. Okay, I've got a lot of elements all set here. I've got my unicorn painty paper made with the Dollar Tree markers. I've got my strip of unicorn rainbow paper from the Dollar Tree. I've got my picture, which is going to be put on the background of this blue sparkly paper, which is from the Dollar Tree. And my sticker, which, yes, from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, okay. And then I'll do some journaling for National Unicorn Day. I love that. I love that. I can journal here, but now I'm thinking, what can I put down here? What can I put down there? Oh, let me look around. Well, I went looking for something to put down here on the stem of the mushroom. And I thought maybe a little fairy. And I found these fairies that I made. And I love this fairy. And I took this like muslin and I put some gesso on it. And then I decoupaged a napkin. And I think these are like washi stickers. And I painted a little fairy. And then I slow stitched some beads on there. Gave her a little ladybug, a little pearl necklace. And I think she needs to go in this journal. She shouldn't be sitting in the drawer over there all by herself. She needs to be in the fairy house. Yes, she needs to be in this journal. So here we go, a crumb for the next page. Oh, I also have crumbs for the last 2 pages. Okay, so then this journal will be full. Anyway, so she's too big. She's not going to fit over here. So I did find a fairy die cut. And so I used the rest of that blue sparkly paper. Let me get my poker. Going over there to get my poker. And I die cut this fairy out of this sparkly paper. Sometimes this, you have to be careful with this sparkly paper because it's a couple different layers. You're going to make sure it punches out okay. I still think I need one more thing to balance it, like a little star or a little something over here. And then I'll do a little bit of journaling. I found a little tiny fairy die that fit right in the corner from where I punched out this other one. So let me poke her out. Oh, you know what? I wish she was going the other way. Stand by. There we go. I punched out another one. Yes, looking towards the unicorn. All right, let me get this all glued down and do my journaling. And then I'm going to do a little bit of doodling. Well, I found this little tiny butterfly die. And what I did was I took the scrap from where I cut out the fairies and I went all around the edge and cut out as many butterflies as I can. And now I'm throwing that scrap away. I didn't want to throw it away because I'm like, I can punch something else out. But now I feel good that I've used it all up as much as I could. And I'm going crazy with my sparkly butterflies here. And I'm just going to stick them everywhere. Just having fun. You know, I just have fun in my journals. You know, it's not about being perfect. Well, possum perfect counts. But it's not about being perfect. Because possum perfect is wonky. Or not about making the most beauteous. It's just about journaling and having fun. Okay, we need one more. I think that's it. Yes. Okay, now while this is drying, I can go back and do my doodling. There, I love it, I love it. Look at that sparkle everywhere. I did a little bit of journaling. April 9th, 2024, National Unicorn Day. I made unicorn paper with washable markers from the Dollar Tree. Oh, I should say what kind they were. I'm going to write that down. I got a little space here. They were Bic Kids. Just so I know. All right, let's put this aside and get out some doodling pens. I got some sparkly markers. These are very old American Girl sparkly markers. Trademark 2009. I bought these at a flea market in Pennsylvania many years ago. But what I like to doodle with is black pens, and these are from Temu, just some cheap pigment liners. And I've got an 06 and an 03. Now I'm looking at this yellow space, and it's like this would be the perfect place to put a word or to do some journaling. So maybe I'll stay away from the yellow. Think about, you know, that'll be a place to maybe put a picture or do something like that there. And just doodle in the garden. And I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but just start. Okay, so when you doodle, you don't have to follow the color that's there. You can go outside of the color, inside the color. So like I want to make a leaf, but I want it to come down here and there's no green, but that's okay. I'm not going to add green. I'm just going to add a black line like this and just go up and make a leaf like that and have it come down here. And let's see, I might put a smaller leaf there like that, maybe a stem over there. And I'm not going to make real flowers. I'm just going to make doodle flowers. Now, some people like one straight line for their doodle, kind of like a coloring book effect. And other people like a multiple going over the lines, you know, like go over like a little more scribblier. So you're kind of doing the same thing frontwards and then backwards, you know, like that. Just for a fun effect. You can do it any way you want. This looks like a big blue flower. So I'm going to make some petals. So I'm going to go one way, and then I'm going to go backwards the other way. I can even come back with like a white pen, a white gel pen, and add some white touches if I wanted to. Make a little thing coming out of that flower like that. That's fun. That's a fun flower. Let's make another one of those. Let's see. Almost like a narcissus. Daffodil. Almost. These are just fantasy flowers. No right, no wrong. Just making a little cup. Little things coming out. And some petals. Looks like a leaf. Make another one of these. Go one way, go the other way. Just doodle. Forgot to do this. All right, this one's going to be a fatter leaf. And we got some thinner leaves here. Oh, I'm loving how this is coming out. I love the pink, the blue, and the yellow. I think it's a great combination. Very spring-like. Now some of these flowers have 5 petals and some have 4. Okay, the ones that have 4 petals are bluets. We call them bluets or Quaker ladies. And the ones that have 5 petals, those are my forget-me-nots. Bunch of leaves down here. what I do is I see green and I see brown. So I'm just kind of putting black lines between the green and the brown. Give the ground some texture. If there's a bit of green, we'll outline that. Outline that green. How about up here? I can make a leaf here. Now I could even make one of those, even though there's no yellow here. I could still make one, because you don't have to follow exactly. Look at that, see? That's like a pink one up there. And I could put little circles, because once I start doodling, I don't want to stop doodling. This could be like all the pollen flying through the air. Our maple trees are blooming. Everybody's allergies are acting up. Okay, now, because that's not enough, I'm going to look for my white. I know, once I start doodling. And let me get this started on a scrap. Even after I throw something out, I pick it out of the garbage and use it. Okay, start at the top. Yes, that's lovely. Lovely. I'm putting little white dots in the center and just a little bit of white on the petals of the flower. I can put it on the leaf. Now, I might add just a little bit of sparkle pen. I'm going to put a little yellow. Oh, I don't have blue. I must have a blue somewhere. How can I not have a blue sparkle pen? This is green. I got to look at my pen box over there for a blue. I would love to put some blue sparkle. Well, I found this little twinkling like the stars. Got a little bit of twinkle to it, and then I found, what else? A Dollar Tree marker. Got a little bit more sparkle to it. You don't have to put it everywhere. There. All right, now this is ready to go into a journal. And don't know which one. Well, I'm loving my spring flowers, the pink and the yellow and the blue. Remember, I made this with my washable markers yesterday, and I did my doodling today. Well, I did add a little more color, right? And I added sparkle. And this is ready for a journal page to do some journaling or put a picture right there in that yellow spot. And I have my unicorn painty paper that I made with the markers in the journal with my unicorn and my believe, which is my word of the year, and all the blue sparkle, which blue is my color. And I've got a new crumb to do over here, and I might get this journal finished before we know it. Well, I didn't get to this one yet, but this is a good demonstration. This is what I started with. This is this half here. So I started with this, and this is what I wound up with. I love how it came out. I'm going to do this one to put in this journal because I cut it down to size already. And then this will go in something else. And yeah, so that was my little bit of a sesh today. And I want to thank you for coming along. I've got to put all these markers away, but that's okay, that's okay. More play tomorrow, more play tomorrow. And I just want to wish you happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.